one that I think has been pretty common on these calls.
Okay.
How do I'm not getting enough money. The economy, is tough. I'm not making enough money. I'm not being able to pay the bills. Why? I want to stop attracting that and attract more money, or that there's enough money.
Okay. So what we have to do here is start, getting into the thoughts and beliefs. So one of the things that came up, and I know you're using it as an example, you're stepping into the other person's shoes here, which is great because you were able to bring it up. It's like, it's a tough economy, and I can't make enough money. I can't find a good job, and I don't know what to do to make more money, and bills are piling up, and I don't know how to manage all this. Okay. The focus is on a tough economy and not being able to find a good job and not making money. What we want to do is shake that off and start looking for ways to make more money, looking for ways to better manage your money, looking for ways to reduce the expenses, and looking for ways to attract more opportunities that allow you to make more money. Now that we know that, we can start addressing the thoughts related to it and the belief system. And, that's what I get into with the Creating Power course. It's, that's the 4-week program that we're going to talk about a little bit later, but that's the program that's, helped, hundreds of thousands of people. And what we do here is we start tracking those thoughts on a daily basis, understanding what thoughts you're having. You'll be surprised, even you, Daniel, if you were to sit down and do it, and you probably have at some point, you'd be surprised at how many negative thoughts come up during the day.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? And, I'm surprised sometimes when I catch myself with a negative thought. I'm like, how did I think that? Where did that come from, right?
Where did that come from, right?
Yeah. Well, where it came from is like, years of people who are negative, who say stuff, and they don't have to be around you. You could be, in the store and somebody behind you says something that just kind of like you filter out, but guess what? It comes back months later, and you have that thought. And you're like, where did that come from? So you've developed, this person that would be answering that question has developed this thought process that's tied to a belief system that continues to self-fulfill. Now, it's easy for me to say, change the thoughts. That's not going to necessarily lead to more money coming in. What will happen, though, as you change those thoughts and create new beliefs, you start to understand what you're doing wrong. The biggest challenge, the one thing that prevents people from experiencing the kind of success that they really want, is the inability to recognize opportunities and be open-minded. You see, a lot of people think that they're going to make money a certain way. I'm going to make money by getting a better job, for example. So the pursuit for a better job, where you're always focused on getting a better job, diminishes your ability to see another opportunity that might come your way, whether it's a business, a side business, a partnership, or something else, or an investment, or something else. And so you dismiss it because you're focused on having a better job, and so your answer to that is it'll never work. It'll never fly. Some of the greatest accomplishments have happened after people said that. It'll never work. Never happened, right? Was it 20 or 30 years ago somebody said that there would be a computer in every house at some point? Yep. I think it was Bill Gates who said that.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Guess what? Every home pretty well has a computer.
It's getting there.
Well, or a phone, cell phone.
Yep, that's true.
Right? So you got a computer and that cell phone, right? So it's already happening. And prior to that, you and I probably weren't around, but I know I wasn't.
Watch it, buddy.
Yeah. But when the TV sets came out, they said everybody would have one, and they said people said that'll never happen. How many you got in your house today?
Yeah, one in every room.
Right. See, I mean, I keep mine to one in the house, and that's it. But yeah, you know what? Everybody wants one in every room. Their bedroom, their living room, their dining room, their kitchen, everywhere, right? So saying that it will never happen closes off an opportunity. And here's the amazing part. You see, this is the amazing part. Your subconscious just guided you to that opportunity, and you shunned it. You turned it away. Now, I'm not saying every opportunity will lead to tremendous success, but every opportunity will allow you to refine your message so that you get the right opportunity. So it's important to recognize these opportunities and pursue them and explore them. I'm not saying dive in head first and say this is going to work, but explore them and also recognize, well, maybe this won't work. And if it's not what you want, and it allows you to refine it and say, you know what, I like that opportunity, but it was too big of a financial commitment. I need to start off with something smaller. Or I like that opportunity, but it just demanded too many hours from me, and I have a full-time job right now, so I can't launch that. So I need something that I can do maybe a couple hours a week that will allow me to grow and start making some extra money. You get the idea, Daniel?
No, you bet. So can you just share with us a few tools to start really directing our subconscious mind and
let's start
abundance?
Yeah, so let's start thinking about what you want, okay? And focus only on what you want, not what you don't want.
Right.
Okay? I don't want bad relationships. That's not what you want. I want a great relationship. I don't want bills. That's not what you want. I want enough money to pay the bills and have plenty left over for me. Okay? That's abundance. Now we're getting into an abundance here, right? So focus on what you want. Think about what you want. Now, recognize, or at least push your mind to see an abundance of it. There truly is an abundance of everything in the world. If you look around you, there is an abundance of everything. Some people don't have access to that abundance. Some people do. Okay? But if you look out your window, you'll see an abundance of grass, trees, leaves, air, people. You'll see an abundance of money. People changing money every day, changing hands every single day. Billions and billions of transactions happening every single day. Okay? There's plenty of people to meet. There's the right partner is out there. There's plenty of love and joy in the world. There's an abundance of it. There's so much of it. Again, not everybody has access to it. That's the unfortunate part. But you can allow yourself to tap into that abundance now. So now that you know what you want, now that you're starting to see abundance, start thinking about having what you want. What I want you to do is push yourself away from saying, I don't know what to do. Because when you focus on saying, I don't know what to do, you create more confusion. Because you're telling your subconscious, I don't want to know what to do. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So if you tell yourself, I know what to do, and you don't know what to do, now you can start thinking about what you can do. And when you get stuck, here's the answer. Tell your subconscious mind to bring you the answer. Say, hey, listen, my subconscious mind, you're my good partner. You've been doing everything for me here. Show me what to do. Guide me to this. I know what to do. I know you know what to do. You're connected to infinite intelligence. You can connect yourself to anybody in the world. You can just connect me with the right people and let me make the right choices here. So show me what to do. And then you tell yourself, my subconscious is now bringing me the right opportunities, the right people to allow me to succeed. The biggest challenge comes now. Let it go. Trust your subconscious. This is where, people let themselves down because they just want the answer right away. It's not going to happen that way. When you're relaxed, when you're calm, when you trust the process, you'll get your answer. You'll always get your answer when you're relaxed, calm, and understand that the answer is coming to you. It may not happen right away, but you'll be guided to it. You ever misplace your keys, Daniel?
More than I care to.
Right. You find them, though, right?
Yep.
Okay, so here's what happens. This is where we're going to tap into your intuition, which is part of your subconscious as well, where it's guiding you. So you lose your keys. You misplace your keys. And you're walking around the house going like, where are my keys? Where are my darn keys? Where the heck did I put my keys? Where are my keys? You go into your bedroom. You go into your living room. You go into your kitchen. You go into the bathroom. You check under the sofa. You check everywhere. You even go to the garage. You even go to check and see if you left them in the car, right? They're nowhere to be found. And say, hell, what am I going to do? All right, you know what? I'll just look for a spare, or I'll figure out another solution. You let it go, and then something tells you to go check in the bedroom and look on the table, and there they are.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they were always there, right? They were always there. They didn't just fall from the ceiling and onto the table, right? They were.
The cat didn't put them there.
you put them there, right? You just forgot. You just didn't see them. You didn't see them when you first went in there. That's how these opportunities work. You see, you're telling your subconscious mind to help you by saying, where are my keys? Where are my keys? Where the heck did I put my keys? That's what you're doing. Inadvertently, you're telling your subconscious mind, show me my keys. You trusted and let go when you gave up. And suddenly, either your spouse or a friend or somebody told you, or you thought of it, or intuition came to you and said, hey, let me check the bedroom. And there they were.
One of the things you're saying, I think that we need to highlight here is that, and you said this before already, is when you ask the question, let's go back to the keys, and where are my keys, which is really a great example because it seems like that's an easy one for people to let go.
Yeah.
Because they say, okay, where are my keys? And they allow the subconscious mind and the intuition to work together, and then eventually they find them. But when we start asking people to do that with money, it's a whole different story. They're like, oh, no, I can't let go. Yet that's a perfect example where we do this, and it could be you could misplace anything, whatever it is, and we always do find it. You're absolutely right about it. I love that example. But so you ask the question, where is, and then and now this sounds like
in this case you're asking how to or what you want, right?
Oh,
whatever
how
it is.
To, okay.
How can I make more money? What do I need to do to make more money? Show me. And then you got to let go, and you still have these stresses or tensions on you, right? And that's why it's hard to let go and trust. But you've got to trust and say, okay, you know what? I'm going to do what I can with what I have. I'm going to trust that my subconscious, my infinite power is going to bring me these answers. And you're going to continue about your day. And an opportunity will come up. It always does.
Yes,
I guarantee every day there's an opportunity that comes your way that you dismiss. I do it. I see it. It happens every single day. And I recognize exactly what I'm doing. But the difference is I understand why I'm doing it. I understand why I'm dismissing the opportunity because it's not the one that I want. You understand?
Right.
So a lot of other people will dismiss opportunities without even examining them. So here's another exercise that you can do to go one step further, okay, to help your subconscious mind and help you find that right opportunity when you can't think of what to do. Because, that somebody out there said, well, if I knew what to do, I'd be doing it already. You see, you haven't figured that out. Here's what we can do. You and I are fortunate in the way that we live in major cities.
Right.
And a lot of people do, or you're close to a major city, but there's some kind of commerce in your area, a commerce area, a business area, or an area where people go and socialize, hang out, spend money, eat, drink, whatever, right? In Los Angeles, it's in so many places, right?
Oh, yeah.
Santa Monica, Manhattan Beach, or wherever it is, there's always activity somewhere, right? So just pick an area. Go down Rodeo Drive if you live in LA, okay? Park the car and just walk. Now look around and think about all the businesses, all the opportunities that are taking place around you. See the abundance there. Ask yourself, would I be willing to do that? Would I be willing to run a store like this? Would I be willing to sell something on the street like this person is doing? Would I be willing to park cars like this person is doing? Would I be willing to put gas in somebody's car like this person is doing? And examine each possibility one at a time. What you're doing is you're telling your subconscious mind what you're willing to do, what you're not willing to do. You're starting to push yourself outside this comfort zone that you're in and pushing your mind to recognize some of these other opportunities that exist that you're just not seeing. And a lot of times, 9 times out of 10, you'll come across, 9 out of 10 of those opportunities you'll dismiss. They're just not for you. They don't allow you to live the kind of life that you want. Whether you're selling hot dogs, you sell hot dogs on a street corner, right? Okay, well, why not? Well, maybe, you don't want to stand on your feet for 12 hours a day. You don't want to lug this cart. You got to stand in the rain. You got to, bear the cold when it gets cold. You got to carry all the stock. You got to go to your van, all the stuff. Then you got to load the hot dog cart and take it back down. Then you got to manage your money and all this stuff. So maybe that's not what you want to do. But for a lot of people, hey, that'd be a great opportunity, right? Here's an example of that is there's this guy in New York. When was the last time you were in New York, Daniel?
A few months ago.
Okay. 56th and 6th Avenue. Okay, right where the Hilton is.
Yep.
And
Avenue of
diagonally across, it's right where the MoMA is.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so on a street corner, I'm going to say it's the south. Where would be the southwest corner of 56th. There's a guy who sells chicken and beef, kind of like a shawarma.
Skewers, yeah.
Okay, no, it's not skewers, it's chopped up meat, right?
Oh, got it. Mm-hmm.
And he gives you rice and salad and hot sauce and garlic sauce. Now, would you be willing to do that?
Honestly?
Yeah. No. Okay. And a lot of people on this call would say, I'm not going to stand there and serve food. How much money am I? I'm not going to make that much money.
Right.
And he sells each plate for between $5 and $6, okay? And he gets there around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and he does a small lunch, I think, from 11 to about 2. Then he comes back around 4 o'clock, and he stays there until closing time. And so a lot of people say, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to stand there and do this, Well, Daniel, this guy at 4 o'clock, before he even opens, there's a lineup. Okay? He does probably about 10,000 plates at that time. Like,
wow.
Between 5 and 10,000 plates in that. He's there till 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm telling you, he's making a good chunk of money, right?
60 grand.
Yeah. And on a bad day, he might make 10.
Whoo!
Right?
Now would you stand there? Hell yeah.
Now would you stand there?
In a minute.
Right. There's your motivating factor.
That's right. I love it. So let's
and this is the important thing, right? And this is where you want to push your mind to recognize these opportunities. Because these people, some of them are very successful. There was a guy in New York, and I speak in New York because I lived there for so long. Outside the Met on Fifth Avenue. Mm-hmm. Spent, I think, about $400,000 just for the license to sell hot dogs. And the hot dogs he can only sell for $1.25.
Yep.
So how many hot dogs does he have to sell to get that money back? A lot of hot dogs.
A lot of hot dogs.
But you know what? He renewed his license because he's making the money.
Wow.
But this is the thing. We dismiss these opportunities outright. When I first offered it to you, it was like, no way. Right? Yeah. Now, as you explored it further and looked at it and investigated it on a very, very superficial level, right, it became more appealing. And so this is what we do with opportunities every single day. We just dismiss them outright. That'll never work. You can't make any money doing that. But then you go and you pursue it and you examine it and you explore it and you go, well, maybe there is an opportunity here, huh? And that's when you start. And if there really sincerely isn't, it's actually a good thing because now you can tell your subconscious, look, you know what? Hey, I'm just not willing to stand on a corner, no matter how much money you pay me, to stand in the rain and do all this hard work. That's just not what I want to do. Okay, fine. That's fine. Part of what you want to do has to be tied to your passion and what you enjoy doing in life. And it has to allow you to have some kind of freedom because that's what it comes down to all the time. So we've got some exercises to work with here, right?
Yeah, you bet. I think before we get into the exercise, I want to ask you one more question. And we told the group we would answer this question. What do you mean by really applying the law of attraction? Because I think that maybe some of the listeners have been around this kind of information before, and you really emphasize really applying the law of attraction. Where do we start?
Well, you start with recognizing that the law exists. Okay, it's what you think, believe, and act upon, you will receive. Okay, so to apply this law of attraction, it all comes down to what you think and believe. Right now, a lot of people have got the law of attraction working against them because their thoughts and beliefs are not in line with what they want to achieve. You want to make more money, but you don't think and believe that it can be done.
You won't sell hot dogs.
Right, you won't sell hot dogs, exactly, right? So you're not willing to do it because you don't believe it can be done. So the law of attraction is working against you. So the first step is to understand that it's there and it's already working. You just want to apply it so that it works for you. And you apply it by changing your thoughts, changing your beliefs, changing your attitude, changing what you say, and then taking the right action. And it all has to flow together. You can't just change your thoughts and not change the beliefs. You can't just change the thoughts and the beliefs and not change your words. You can't just change the thoughts, beliefs, and words and not change your attitude. You can't just change the thoughts, beliefs, words, and attitude and not change your actions. You have to work with all of them at the same time. And this is where people fall short. They will change their thoughts. They'll say affirmations till they're blue in the face. They'll write them out. They'll write them up 1,000 times. Nothing changes because their beliefs haven't been changed, or their words haven't changed, or their overall attitude hasn't changed. And you can have the conversation with them, and they'll get all upset about everything. Well, we already know it's not working, because you're getting all upset over it. And then it's that point where you get to that state where you realize it's starting to work for you, and you start to believe the process, and it becomes easier and easier to let go. And we touched on that, where people just can't let go. And I know you can't, because you're so used to trying to do everything on your own and making it happen yesterday. Okay? But the world doesn't work that way. The universe doesn't work that way. Nature doesn't work that way. And it's really, really important to recognize that we are part of nature. Okay, we're one with nature. When we die, we go right back to the ground where nature starts. It's a process all over again. It breaks us down. We become compost, and that's the end of us, right? And then another person is created. Another person is born. There's more people come up, and everything goes on. Okay, nature is cyclical, and it takes time for certain things to happen. Last time I checked, it still takes my wife 9 to 10 months to have a baby. Okay, I'm still waiting for one. Nothing's changed in millions of years of evolution. It still takes the same amount of time, right? And the same happens with your goals and your life and the change that you want. Things are not going to happen instantly. They will happen. And one of the things you want to do is build this trust with your subconscious mind. But it's really important to build this trust and to recognize that it's working for you. So the way you build your trust is to look for your keys, the small things first. And then, if that can work, well, maybe it'll work for something else a little bit bigger, and then maybe something bigger, and then something bigger. And remember, there's no such thing as coincidence. So as people enter your life, and you kind of wonder, why did that person come in here? Or why did that person say that? Or why did that happen? It's important to look at it and say, well, let me see what the reason is. My subconscious is working for me all the time. The law of attraction is always working. So why did that happen? It's not always a negative event. There's a lot of positive things that come out of a negative event. It all depends on how you look at it. Most of them allow you to learn and grow and be better at what you do if you take that course. But a lot of people don't go that route. They just get angry and upset and say nothing works.
Right.
Right? But most of the time, those negative events, those situations, force you to grow, learn, and become better at what you do and become a better person. And so if things don't work out for you, recognize that and say, okay, well, what can we do better? And you're going to get upset. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. By all means, experience the emotions. Now focus on what you want. And this is how you get the law of attraction, how you apply it all the time. By recognizing that it's always at work, and you're always directing it. Now you just want to direct it to create exactly what you want, because the law and your subconscious are working together.
All the time.
All the time.
So, Karim, we have about 15 minutes left, and you wanted to share some exercises with us. Why don't you share one of those exercises that you were wanting to share?
Okay, so this is a really powerful exercise if you can grasp it, and I'm going to try to walk you through it because it kind of needs me to talk in 2 sentences at the same time, which I can't do. However, when I recorded it onto my program, I could do that because I can go in and mix the other voice in, right?
Yep.
So here's what you want to do. I know there are challenges in life. I know there are things that you want to do, and I know there are things that you want to accomplish. And at times you feel like you're not getting ahead and you're just not getting any answers. When you're feeling this way, when you're feeling like, I really need to figure out a way to do this, and I need to come up with a solution, take some quiet time to yourself. I like to do this exercise sometimes in the evening, just before I go to bed, and I'll explain why after I'm done. You can do it at any point during the day if you like. Find some quiet time. Sit down. You don't have to cross your legs or face east or turn your palms up or anything like that. Just get comfortable and relax, all right? Close your eyes. Now, tell yourself that you have a powerful subconscious mind and that your subconscious mind is now working for you at this moment. Your subconscious is so powerful that it can bring you anything you want. It'll bring you the answers, the opportunities, the people, whatever it is that you want. Recognize this, understand it. My subconscious mind is connected to infinite intelligence and will bring me anything I want. I just have to give it the instructions. So now here, subconscious mind, is my challenge. Let's pick a topic. What do you want to do?
Let's do relationships.
Okay. I want to meet the right person. Okay? This person is this kind of person. I list all the qualities. Not the physical features, but all the real qualities of the person that you want in a relationship. So this person might be, for example, kind, caring, considerate, has a stable job, is a non-smoker, or is healthy, looks after themselves, cares about me, cares about the world, cares about people, wants to make the world a better place, has a great sense of humor, likes to laugh and laugh out loud, likes to enjoy life, likes to travel, etc. You don't have to get into the whole list. Get into the most concise ones that you can remember. So my subconscious mind, this is the kind of person I want to meet. And my subconscious mind, I want to meet this person within the next X amount of time. Okay? So my subconscious mind, I want you to guide me to this person, to bring me the opportunities to meet this person, to show me what to do to meet this person. Okay? Now, here's how we close it off. You've given the instructions. You start telling yourself, at the same time, on one hand, you're saying, my subconscious mind is now bringing me the right person for me to marry, if that's what you want, okay? It's bringing me the right partner for my life partner, whatever you want to call it, my spouse, my wife, my husband, whatever it is, okay? My subconscious mind is now bringing me this person. At the same time, in the back of your head, you're saying, I have a powerful subconscious mind, and my subconscious mind is not working for me. So you're saying really three things at the same time. Two on different topics, but three things altogether. So my subconscious mind is now bringing me this person. My subconscious mind is now working for me. My subconscious mind is powerful and working for me now. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you do. You repeat it 15 times in silence to yourself. Okay? Do it 15 times, and I like to use the back of my fingers, the front of my fingers, where it's divided by 3.
Mm-hmm.
And you just count off 15 there. That's 5. You just go through the fingers, right? And then, once you've done that, you simply say, I have a powerful subconscious mind. My subconscious mind is now working for me. My subconscious mind is now bringing me this person. Thank you, my subconscious mind. Let it go. Now, the reason why I like to do this when I go to sleep is because I can doze off and go to sleep and I don't worry about it.
No second guessing.
Because if you get up and you start thinking about it, if you're doing it like in the morning, I'm going to think about it all day, it's not as productive. But if you just do it when you're going to sleep, you just let it go, you've gone to sleep, your subconscious mind, guess what? It's working for you even as you're sleeping, right? It's going to go out. It's going to start putting things together for you. And I have used this process so many times. And I'm even doing it, at this time in my life for other things that I want to accomplish. I don't always do it. I just sit down and say, okay, I need to figure out a way to do this. I've been, racking my brain trying to get this done, so let's get this done. And you only do this maybe once or twice a week and let it go. And I've only done it maybe once or twice a week over the last 3 months, and I think I took a break for a couple of months. I haven't done it in the last 4 or 5 weeks. And every time the topic comes up in my head, I'm going like, you know what? I got my subconscious mind working on it. We're going to figure this out. We're going to get this done. That's it. But I've developed that trust with my subconscious mind. It's worked for me in so many ways. I've seen it, do some tremendous things for me. And so I have this trust with it. And I want each one of you to develop that kind of trust with your subconscious mind so that you have that kind of confidence that you just know it's going to work. And here's the thing, Daniel. When you have complete belief and trust that it will happen, that's when it will happen. You have to have, beyond the shadow of a doubt that it's going to happen. Do you have any kids, Daniel?
Yes, 10-year-old.
I said, you know what? We just blew away our sales figures last year, and then when they tell me what it is, I'm blown away, right? People who have been able to meet the right person after being in such bad relationships for so long and recognizing that this is just not what they want. And then the most important thing that I discover through these emails and calls is that they have a point that they come to where they realize how negative they have been, how they have been destroying their own success. And when they come to that realization, it's the first step to turn things around. The next step is to change that thought process. And once they do that, that's the dramatic turnaround. And we see it all the time. Now, the people who don't succeed with the course, because there are always going to be those, right?
Right.
You know what they do? They don't do anything. They don't play the CD. They don't do the exercises. It just doesn't work. Okay?
They go buy a hot dog and sit around.
And say, this guy's never going to make any money, right? But when you apply the material, it works for you. Knowledge is information. It's great to read a book, right? How many books have you read? How many books can you remember that you read? Now, how many books did you read and say, I'm going to do that? Right? And follow the exercises. And when you follow the exercises, it works, right?
Of course it does.
Yeah, you did your homework in school. That's how you got through school.
That's right.
We don't do homework in life, so we don't get through it.
That's a good point.
See, you always have to nurture yourself. You have to really nurture your mind. and nurture your soul and nurture your spirit. And you do that by feeding it positive information, giving it positive feedback, by supporting it, by nurturing it, and saying, you know what, I can do this. Yes, I can do this. The negative thoughts are just the weeds of your mind. That's what they are. You know, and if you don't tend to your garden, and you have weeds, like I've got this huge garden in my backyard, if I don't get the weeds out, and I can't get all of them out, but if I don't get the bulk of them out, they'll just take over my lawn.
Mm-hmm.
Before I know it, I've got nothing but dandelions, right?
Right.
And the same thing happens in your mind. Well, just like your mind, if you've got dandelions and weeds all over them, well, we can get rid of those, right? We nurture it. We give it some fertilizer, some positive thoughts. We sprinkle it with water, some affirmations and some beliefs, and we start to look at things from a positive way, and we start doing things. And, you know, you're not going to get rid of all the weeds right away, but you'll start getting rid of some of them. You get rid of most of them, and we might have a few pop up every now and then, just like you and I do. We deal with them.